Like Mariah, my father is a lover. I told y'all, if y'all ever see a man that look like he about maybe in his late 40s with this face and this nose, you better run from that nigga. You better run. I'm telling you, my father vicious with the ladies. He vicious.
Hello, black hole. See this brother win, man. A-R-E. Hey, look, what is it, win, babe? What is it, win, babe? What is it, win, babe?
Well, hello there, lovebirds. Hello there, fellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Today's lookies will be our punk funk shades. Ooh, and if you want them, you go over there to Uptop Beauty. We got them in black, blue, red, and we do got some bling, some pink bling ones over there. So go on over there and check them out. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Oh, I love these. Now, let's continue talking about Mariah Carey's, the meaning of Mariah Carey. Morgan had climbed out of the window onto the roof and was making a daring escape. He eventually went through a phase when he shaved his head bald and would wear karate pants. Oh, shit. Didn't I tell you all the young dudes was kung fu fighting? Didn't I tell you that? They don't play about that. But girl, she said that the dude would wear karate pants and a snake around his neck. Wait a minute. Danger. You might want to tap your mom on the shoulder and be like, Ma, do you know that brother around here wearing karate pants and snakes around his neck? Do you know that? And I don't think the mother even had the tools to even address her biracial son and his anger. They didn't have therapy back then. He would walk through the town looking like a punk ninja, full of anger, hoping to find a fight. Even without his hair, he was impossible to miss. My father might not have liked me calling the Careys weird, but weird things certainly happened to us. Every now and then, Allison, that's her sister, would crash into the apartment like a meteor, and friends of hers and Morgan's would hang out all night. One night, Allison booked me as the entertainment. Child, she round there, or her big sister got little Mariah Carey performing to her friends. Child. Anyway, Mariah Carey saying that her big sister got her singing Jefferson Starship, a song about drugs, to her friends for the entertainment. See you next Sunday. That was our thing. My father and I gave that little promise to each other with a wave each week as I left him to return to life with my mother. But as I grew a little older, my seriousness as a singer-songwriter began to swiftly envelope my whole world. I was in the profession by the time I was 12. My father did not see it or support it, largely because he did not understand it. He didn't see how I was learning the craft, sitting in on jam sessions with accomplished jazz musicians with my mother and developing the skills of scatting and improvisation. He never saw how I spent hours writing, enriching my ear, and studying popular music trends on the radio. Above all, we had a fundamental difference in belief. I followed my heart, while he was guided by his fear of not being accepted. Yeah, I think that's the ongoing situation with her dad. Alfred Roy was a man who lived his entire life under threat of humiliation and dehumanization as a result of his identity. He placed all his hope in the notion that societal respect would be awarded him through his discipline, diligence, and excellence on traditional institutional tracks like academics, service to your country, and respectable work. His other two children had all the makings of great students. When they were younger, he demanded that they produce all A's on their report. But this is the thing, dig this. When the children proudly handed the father all A's, the father would not be satisfied and wonder why there weren't pluses next to those A's. Do you know how that one small thing can manifest in a child? In thinking that their best is never good enough? The only class I excelled in was creative writing, in which I was always in the advanced group. But I was tragic in mathematics and really couldn't connect with more other subjects or material. Baby, don't worry about that. That's me. When I first started college, give me 2 minutes. When I first started college, girl, because of a different world, I thought that I was going to be a mechanical engineer, right? Until I got into them math classes, them math and sciences classes, where I realized, wait a minute, it's too many numbers around here. Wait a minute. I can't do that. That's a formula. I can't do that. And it checked me. Oh, no, Nay. You can't use your brain that hard, girl. It might explode in front of these people. And we don't know them. So maybe you ought to take your ass over there to the liberal and fine arts school. Okay? And that's where I excelled. Because I can write the hell out of a paper. But child, mathematicals, can't do it. The two potential academics took terrible turns in their teens, fulfilling a black father's greatest fears. The boy had been institutionalized, placed in the precarious care of the state, the first stop on a dangerous fast track to becoming a statistic. And the girl, pregnant before her 16th birthday, had already arrived at 1. And I, the baby who wasn't a wild one, rejected the traditional safe route to secure a career and began to pursue what he saw as an improbable, mysterious, and dangerous path. My father was extremely strict with my siblings, and they often complained or joke about his tight and eccentric ways to my mother. However, in effort to shield me from their harsh perspective, I often overheard her tell them, "Don't say that in front of Mariah." There were moments when my father did disappoint me. After Allison was no longer living with him, he went from being a divorced single father to a true bachelor. There were times he wouldn't show up for our dates. So over time, our Sunday ritual became sporadic. That is so heartbreaking, because your first love as a girl, I would hope, would be your father. My father was my first love, but like Mariah, my father is a lover. I told y'all, if y'all ever see a man that look like he about maybe in his late 40s with this face and this nose, you better run from that nigga. You better run. I'm telling you, my father vicious with the ladies. He vicious. This nose, look at it. This nose, this skin complexion, and his skin. He look like he in his late 40s. He ain't, girl. He gonna trick you. I think my dad like 70. Okay.
Hollywood,
I called my father and played Vision of Love from the recording studio, putting the phone receiver right up to the Yamaha speaker. "Wow," he said, "you sound like all three Pointer Sisters all together." Now, if that's the best he could do, I mean, goddamn, that was a great compliment. But you know, Daddy, he a hater. He got the hater in his soul, okay, because he old broken black man. After I had garnered 2 Grammys within my very first year in the industry, he remarked, "Maybe if you were a producer, you could win more, like Quincy Jones." Then she referenced that amazing Back on the Block album. I know a melody that we could sing together. I got the secret key to you. Gradually, next Sunday turned into a month of Sundays. I had to let go of our Sundays so I could manifest my own day in the sun. My first encounters with racism were like a first kiss in reverse. Each time a piece of purity was ripped from my being. Left behind was a spreading stain which seeped so deeply inside of me that to this day I've never been able to completely scrub it out. Not with time, not with fame or wealth, not even with love. The earliest of these encounters happened when I was about 4 years old and in preschool. The activity for the day was to draw a portrait of our family. Laid out on the table was a stack of heavy stock construction paper, the color of eggshells, and small groups of crayons for us to pick from. Child, I already know where this is going. While I much preferred sing-along and story time to coloring, I was excited about the project and determined to do my very best. I thought if I did a good job, maybe the teacher would decorate my drawing with gold foil star stickers. Now, this is what it sounds like she like this. Hold on, she sound like she like this.
Mariah, girl, this your best picture ever.
At 4 years old, I had already begun to develop a keen watch your back instinct. So I immediately stopped moving my hand. Tension rose up and stiffened my little body for a reason I did not yet know. I sensed danger and felt suddenly protective. I held absolutely still until she spoke. How you doing there, Mariah? Let's see. Relaxing a bit, I lifted the paper towards her and proudly presented my family picture in progress. Immediately, the student teacher burst into laughter. Child, they made it a big deal because this girl used a cocoa brown color and a pink color, you know? So she got these different color people on her picture. The stupid ass teachers go, ha 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 ha, you used the wrong color. So this child has dummies surrounding her, telling her that she using the wrong crayons to color her family. Stupid bitches. I'd have ran home, told my mama, but it wasn't like she was going to do anything. It ain't like her mammy got the capacity to run down there and kick ass. Okay. This is how it worked in my family. Give me 2 minutes. My mother was paying good money for me to go down there to that Catholic private school, okay? And if it was a problem and I came home and told her it was a goddamn problem, she would run her ass down there because she like, wait a minute. Hold on, I'm paying y'all good money here. And you talking trash to my daughter? You know she's special. You know she can't see the ball. Why the hell is she sitting back there? Put her in the front. Eventually, the laughter started to subside. And one at a time, they backed away from the picture and from me. I watched them across the room, huddled together and whispering. They had only ever seen one member of my family of 5, my mother, who dropped me off at school each day. She was the color of the peach crayon. They had no idea and no imagination to suspect that the light toast of my skin, my bigger than button nose, and the waves and ringlets in my hair were from my father. My handsome father, who was the color of warm maple syrup. His complexion was a crayon color they didn't have. Brown was as close to right as I could get it. It was the teachers who had got it all wrong. But despite their cruel and unwarranted attack, they never apologized for the public humiliation, for their ignorance and immaturity, or for demoralizing a 4-year-old girl during a coloring time. Child, my mother would have went down there and whooped some ass. Or at least cussed out Father Griffith. Father Griffith, You know we be around here smoking cigarettes and drinking liquor, okay? Don't make me come down there and tell them nuns how you be smoking cigarettes and drinking liquor with me. You better fix that shit. By the time I made it to the first grade, my family of 5 had crumbled like cookies. My parents divorced, but although they were living a short car ride away from each other, racially, their neighborhoods on Long Island were worlds apart. In the first grade, I had a best friend named Becky. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Now remember this, the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, y'all better have a good one. Look, my wife is, you can't even see it. But anyway, my wife is doing our deck. She too cheap, you know, she a Virgo, to pay somebody to do it. So she got shit all over the daggone house and I can't even, take my video in peace because she got shiz all over the house.